One of those common muscles that leads to a lot of issues for people who might be suffering from sciatica-like symptoms is the piriformis muscle. What this muscle does is basically takes your leg or your foot in this neutral position, turns your leg out to the side. So if we want to stretch it, all we got to do is just turn it back inside and shift the weight back. That's the basic behind this starting step or this fundamental move called the windmill. And this is a great alternative for those people who have pain maybe in their knees. If they've tried laying back and do the piriformis stretch where you do this figure 4 position and you pull your leg up, maybe that bothers your hip or your knee itself, this is a great alternative because also you're actually supporting your body weight as you're going through the stretch, which provides a completely different type of input into your body and might allow you actually to get even more benefit out of this type of movement. So what we're going to do, I'm going to focus on stretching the right hip here, and my legs are going to be actually turned towards the left at about a 45-degree angle. Notice I have a wall behind me here. This is to help with balance, just in case there's any sort of balance issue, so I can touch the wall in the front or the back. From here, all we're going to do is shift the weight back onto this right side. So think about trying to touch a wall back behind you with the butt. About 80 to 90% of your weight's going to be supported by this right leg. The left leg is going to bend a little bit, and you can actually use it as a kickstand to push your weight back. From here, all we're going to do is turn the upper body towards that right hip, and I can already start to feel a little bit of that stretching sensation out of the piriformis muscle and even some of the glute muscles as well. So if you want to use the wall, you can use that to help you pull back into the stretch, but we want to really focus on opening up the chest and turning the torso, which will help us get even a little bit more rotation out of that muscle because we're actually working at the hip joint itself. So you take a breath into the belly. As you exhale, you shift back and get a little bit more deeper into the stretch. And just continue to rotate and open up your chest as you go down. So you have a couple options here. You can hold this position, breathe into it, try to reach back farther and farther. Or you can do repetitions where you squeeze the glutes, stand on up, take a breath in, shift your hips back, get into that stretch position, and come on back up. So you can do that for repetitions. Essentially what you're doing is you're lengthening or stretching that muscle, but you're also squeezing it, contracting it, and strengthening it on the way up. And so often what I notice with people is they're trying to stretch and stretch and stretch, and not very frequently are they going for different types of strengthening drills, which really could be at the core or at the root of the issue is the muscles maybe just need to get a little bit stronger to better support the frame. So that's a simple and effective piriformis stretch. Sometimes people will call it the windmill. You can do it with a weight, without a weight, but it's a really great way to get that muscle to be stretched out. I hope that helps. Let me know how it goes. If you have any questions, just send me a message. I'm always here to help.